Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth. This is your health-focused March 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. And this is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Leo. And I want to point out my hair has come out extremely fluffy today, and I feel like I have very big hair today. So it's kind of appropriate for me to shoot this video today. And thank you again for your patience with these health-focused videos. They're taking me a really long time. Some of the links, there's like, I don't know, 15 to 20 links per video, which takes me a really long time to go through and post. So there's no excuse for being really behind, but I kind of set out to do a little bit of overachieving, and I have been very busy with clients as well. So if you want to do a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. It doesn't have to be for just like a health-focused spread. It can be career, it can be love, relationships, whatever it is that that's on your mind that you want to do. I'd love to do a reading for you. Oh, a card just popped out. And I am making the disclaimer that another card popped out. That basically, these videos are not meant to treat, prevent, or cure any diseases. They are really just suggestions. It is very important that you double check and do your research about the herbs that I suggest, and cross-check it with what you're already taking. If you're taking any medications or anything like that, make sure it's not going to conflict there, and check the dosage. I don't really talk too much about dosage, so you're going to want to check the dosage. Usually I recommend for tinctures, follow the directions on the bottle. For capsules, usually start off taking 2 and see how you feel. Also, follow the directions on the bottle. It's going to depend on each person and what the situation is. So this is a general reading, and so you're going to want to have a private reading if you want to go more in depth about your specific situation, health situation, and what's been kind of going on to get, for me to get the full picture. But in general, when it comes to dosage, like I said, usually follow directions on the bottle, and depends on what's kind of going on with you. I think that's it. So let me just roll out this spread here for you. Let's see what I've got. Got some interesting stuff going on, Leo. And again, this is everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Leo. And for private readings, I think my email again is elizabetholson31@gmail. Okay, so starting off, we've got this first card that popped out, which is the yellow dock. And as you can see, I don't really care so much whether it's the 2 of Pentacles or whatever it is, because I'm focusing on the medicine. But I also, in addition to what this, what this herb is, I talk about like the overall picture, what's really going on, what this card really represents. And it says blood imbalances, anemia, in conjunction with fibroids. This is also, so this is yellow dock. The suggestion would be yellow dock tincture, capsules, or tea. There's also, for some of you, blood sugar issues. Eating too much or too little, kind of going, maybe binging. I feel like some of you are binging, or you're just not limiting yourself enough when you're eating. So it's like portion control. Leos, everything is big, and Leos are, one of my ex-boyfriends is a Leo, and I don't know, I have a thing with Havarti cheese, okay, and myself included. I could go through like half of a brick of Havarti cheese very easily, okay, if I sit down and I get going with some crackers. It's bad, okay, but anyways, I bought like this, thing of Havarti. I may have had 1 or 2 slices, and like he, for some reason, was at like home that day. He had the day off. By the time I got home from work, the Havarti cheese is gone. And I was like, what did you do with it? He's like, I ate it all. I finished it. I was like, are you serious? The whole thing? Oh, it was funny. And so I just think it reminds me, Leo, of your tendency to overdo it at times, underdo it at times. You know, you try to control either too much of what's going on. So some of you are overeating. Some of you are not eating enough. So kind of trying to find the balance there, because this is all about balance. So this is females. I feel like this is primarily females that are having fibroid issues, blood imbalances. But also, guys, you may have some blood sugar issues. You know, I'm feeling some of you are like borderline type 2 diabetic. And so this is where the yellow dock would be good for you as well. Gymnema would also be good for you as well. Now, some of you are kind of caught between 2 women or 2 men, depending on, you know, sexuality and gender, okay, and situation, in relationships, okay? So this is needing to make a decision about one or the other, okay? It says needing to make choices, better decisions, to weigh things and need to think things through, okay? Again, some of you are diabetics, okay? And some of you just have insulin resistance. It says drink more green tea, avoid sugar and caffeine. For those of you who are like on the borderline, you need to really focus on changing your diet, not eating as much sugar, you know, avoid cookies, ice cream, all that stuff, the junk basically. Even if it's really good, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, avoid it. Or the Talenti gelato, which I used to eat. Like, I used to go to the store like every day and eat, and that's why I ended up gaining so much weight. But it doesn't matter because, you know, I'm in a different zone now for it. But I'm just saying, avoid those things, and it will change things for your blood sugar. Things can change. I mean, I actually had blood sugar issues, and I was kind of getting really close to type 2 diabetes, and then I changed my diet, and my blood sugar changed. Things got better. So it's one of those things that you can change it, okay? And I'm getting strongly that you should also take licorice. For some reason, I don't know why, but you need to take licorice. It's so weird. I'm getting this smell. I'm smelling licorice right now. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe some of you really love licorice, and maybe that's what I'm picking up. But I feel like it will help you. So I'm going to post a link to that. So what's crossing you is lacking commitment in relationships. This is the 6 of Cups, and he's like holding out this watermelon to this girl, and she's looking at him, going like, "What the fuck is your problem? Like, you want to have sex with me, but, you know, you don't want to do any of the work. You just want to get some. That's it." And so she is kind of bitter. That's what I see. I don't know why, but I feel like this is like a girl. So girls, you're kind of bitter. And I have had some some bitter comments recently on my channel, especially regarding my sex and relationships deck. And I will say that I think overall right now, a lot of people are feeling a little bit bitter if they've been through a lot with relationships, and, you know, they're dating and dating and dating, and they're not really getting anywhere. Maybe the guys that they meet, they just want to have sex, and there isn't, you know, commitment. You know, there's not as much people who want commitment, you know, or you're not finding people who want commitment. So, Leo, if this is you, either you really need, guys and girls here, okay? So guys and girls, you really are looking for commitment. You really need commitment. No more bullshit, no more lying, cheating. But the thing is usually this guy or girl is a player. So some of you, I feel like guys in particular, because he's holding the watermelon, Leo ladies, you may be dealing with a guy who's a player. and you don't necessarily know it, but Leo, ladies, I mean, you could be the player, and the guy that you dating wants commitment, and you don't want commitment. So it could go both ways, okay? But this is also needing to get serious. There's confusion, which is causing sadness. This is seeing the potential in someone. And let's go back to one of my videos where I talked about the difference between seeing the potential in a guy, or a guy with potential, and a good guy, okay? Or a girl with potential and a good girl, okay? The guy with potential is easy to fall in love with, because usually there's a part of you that wants to be bad, and it's attracting that guy or that girl, okay? And you're always going to see the potential in that for either a relationship or something to happen. But the thing is the guy with potential is going to, or a girl with potential is going to treat you like absolute crap. Because that's not necessarily who they really are. And sometimes, very rarely, there is a person that you see potential in, because underneath that is who they really are. And they're just acting badly. We all have that. We can all be like that at some times, okay? But I'm talking about the people, the guys that you see potential in, but no matter what happens, they're always going to be playing. They're always going to be dicking around. They're always going to be, lying and cheating and just being dicks, Same thing with the girls. Guys, it may be, that, you're attracting in girls that have potential, people that you see potential, but they don't want a relationship for whatever reason. Maybe they're not ready, I feel like more, this is on the guys' part, where the guys are the female Leos, you're dealing with guys that are players, okay? And this is causing you to feel, you're having some health issues, sadness, okay? So emotional health is what we're talking about here. Okay, so going back to the potential, is the good person, it doesn't take as much work, but there's risk, because the person with potential, you know what you're getting. You're getting crap. So there isn't you having to risk your heart or put anything into it. Whereas the person that's just good for you, you're risking your heart. You're risking getting hurt, because they are going to treat you good, because they are expecting something from you. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so this card talks about eating more fruits to juice, and the card is the watermelon card, okay? So there's obviously a lot of water in watermelon, and watermelon is really good juicing. You get a lot out of it. So I just recently got a juicer. I've been talking about this in my other videos. If you don't have a juicer, get one. The juicer I got, I think, was $30. I got it on sale. It's a Black & Decker. It's amazing. It's changed everything for me, and I just love it. I've been juicing every day, so strongly recommend it for you. Let's see. So there is the need to be real and to be honest and loyal and true. And that's what you should expect from others as well, okay? For some reason, your health depends on others, and there's unhealthy emotions which cause much frustration. Okay, so it's like Leos, they get their self-esteem from others, from the appreciation and adoration and love from others. And so Leos generally, come across to people as being extremely confident, like overconfident, the diva, okay? But underneath, deep down, there's a very, very small person inside. Their ego is, it's a P. It's very small. I mean, their self-esteem is a P, not their ego. Their ego is really big. Their self-esteem is really, really small, okay? So the thing is that if Leos don't get love and adoration and attention and affection from others, if people insult them and are disrespectful and just like mouth off to them, they will, basically check out. They won't put up with it. They'll cheat really quickly, or they'll get out of a relationship because they need that love and attention and affection and adoration for others in order to feel good. So the trap is the trick is for Leos to love themselves and work on building their own self-esteem rather than depending on a relationship to fill up their emotional cup, rather than depending on other people to make them feel good. I always say there needs to be more love in the world. And the reason that it needs to be is because Leos especially sometimes have suffered, and maybe in childhood, from a lack of love. And if that's the case, then Leo is going to be really come across as really overconfident and like amazing. But then deep down, they have a lot of insecurities. Why? Because they need to work on their self-esteem themselves, which they haven't because they've been expecting it from others. So they're constantly disappointed in others. So this is where the frustration comes in. Let's see. So that's what I have to say about that. So because there's two children here in this picture, this can indicate a child with a lot of potential, or just a beautiful person with a lot of potential. This can be a child prodigy or a star in the making of somebody who is, and this can also indicate a psychic, okay? Someone who has psychic abilities. But this is, maybe you have a child or, two children that have special gifts. This is, speaking to you, okay? And they do have special gifts. Okay. So in the distant past, you've got the Fool, which is a great card to get for health because it's ginseng. And I talk to my clients like over and over again about taking ginseng. I'm a huge fan of this stuff. Red Panax ginseng is my favorite. The liquid's my favorite. I usually post a link for the 30 pack, and you can just take one a day and see how you feel. Generally, within a week to 2 weeks, you'll feel like your whole, like yourself again, like a new person, like you have all this revitalized energy. In the distant past, there was get up and go. There was enjoying freedom, and maybe you had less responsibilities and more freedom than you do now. It said youth in all its glory. It says the start of something new. Could have been a budding romance or having new feelings for someone. I did write, if you are feeling less motivated, tired, or drained, or not like doing anything, take ginseng. Take the Red Panax or Siberian, the capsules or the liquid. This can also indicate adrenal fatigue. This is going through a lot, putting your body through a lot. Maybe you got into an auto accident. Maybe you got a divorce, or you got a breakup, or something happened and you became really drained out. And the Fool is thinking about starting over again, but not feeling sometimes quite like you're up to snuff, like you're really not up to it, like you're just not there yet. You're not over it yet. The Fool is also doing things regardless of consequences. So there's some element of temptation there, okay? So this is the distant past, Leos. This is like you, I feel like you were tempted to do something, maybe with somebody who was unavailable. They could have been married, or they could have had a girlfriend or boyfriend, and you just wanted to do something with them. Maybe you ended up doing something with them, and you kind of gave into your temptations. The thing about the Fool is most times it just sort of shows me that there was some adrenal fatigue, guys and girls. Okay, so I am going to be posting links for the guys and for the girls. Please scroll down with the links because there's a lot there. If you're a guy, it just shows the ladies' links, but there will be for the guy as well. from you guys as well, I should say. Now, in the recent past, you've been going through a lot here. This is the Six of Swords, which is vervain. Okay, and this is a card about having too much stress. This is male and female Leos. It says too much stress, needing a break. Vervain tincture, tea, or capsules. This goes for nerves and irritability. Liver and the gallbladder need attention. It says wanting to run away because there's much conflict in relationships. This is also to avoid the truth, needing counseling, needing to put the sword down and move on. It's time to kind of get out of Dodge, okay? Let go of the old, embrace the new. There's the fear of, I feel like some of you don't want me to tell you this. Some of you are very, very resistant. And I'm feeling very much like you don't want me to continue. The reason is because you don't want to hear it. There's a fear of the unknown here. There's resistance to change. There is possibly a tear in your aura. I call this the sinking ship, okay? The sinking ship with sadness and anger, and there's too many lies. So again, going back to the player, you know, you dealing with a player, dealing with some lies, you know. I feel like this overwhelming pressure on my chest right now. So Leos, you are very stressed out and resistant to change, okay? And have been resistant to change. And the reason maybe you're going through this time where this is just a hard, tough time. Emotionally, it's a tough time. Guys and girls, this is, you know, the fear that you have is very overwhelming. The fear that you have of the future, of the unknown. I feel like the story is you're coming out of an old relationship. And, you know, maybe a bad breakup or something. And you're feeling fatigued. You were feeling fatigued, you know, from it. Or maybe there was a lot of change that you went through. And there's still a lot of conflict in your life. There's still a lot of fighting in your life. There's still, you know, you wanting things to stay the same. But things are changing faster than you can really keep up with. Maybe you've had to change like your whole life, your whole situation. And you need to let go of the old. You need to celebrate letting go of this old energy, letting go of the old relationships, letting go of anything in your environment that reminds you of the past. Let it go, okay? Throw it out, you know? I'm getting strongly that some of you need to clean out your closet. Clean it out and clean it out again. Keep cleaning it out until there's very little in there that reminds you of anything of the past. You know, if that means you get rid of most of your clothes, you know, that have a lot of memories and things attached to it, you know, I mean, it's a good time to go shopping then. Leos love to shop, so you're like loving this. And this is a tear in your aura. So you need to call me. You need to email me because I'm giving my cell phone on the line. But you need to email me. If you already have my number, you're a client, call me. We can work on fixing the tear in your aura. The energy is very, very dense around you. Very, very tough. Very, very. It takes my breath away. When that happens with the client, it means you're so fearful and you're so resistant that your energy like almost stops me from speaking. That's not good because you don't want me to say it. You don't want to hear it. You already know you need to move on, or maybe you did move and you have moved, and this energy is still around you because this is what recently you've been through, and that's a lot, you know. So if you've been through a lot and you need to go easy on yourself, you need to talk to me about doing some aura healing. You need to talk to me about maybe cutting some cords of attachment to the past. You need to talk to a counselor aside from me about all the stuff that you've been through, because it's heavy and you can't continue to carry the weight by yourself. That's just what I think. I will post the link to the vervain tincture and tea. Dealing the vervain tea will help. Now, the funny thing is, as I've said this in pretty much every single one of my videos, the King of Wands continues to pop up, which means this tells me that there is a lot of people out there, a lot of guys especially, because this is for the guys, primarily for the guys, who have blood sugar issues. I feel like both male and female Leos have blood sugar issues, because you've got the blood sugar issue, the diabetes card, the anemia card, as well as you got this card, which is about guys having blood sugar issues. And I'm going to continue, and poor digestion too, poor digestion. So it's interesting that this is showing up. So many people are having this issue, because I mean, thousands of people watch my videos. So it's sort of just like, it's telling me a lot kind of about culturally and across the globe, because I mean, I have international clients, what people are, what their health, what's going on health-wise, and I feel like blood sugar issues and digestion is like a big one. So I am going to post the cinnamon bark capsules that I usually recommend. They're from Gaia Herbs. I am going to post the capsules for the Gymnema, because I recommended that also for you. Guys and girls, Gymnema. Gymnema is like the sugar destroyer. It actually helps you have, I believe, less cravings. So it's just a really interesting herb. And then I also recommend pancreatic enzymes and glutamine powder. Enzymes help you digest your food, and the glutamine powder is an amino acid which helps repair the lining of your stomach. So there's that. So we have the King of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Wands. And so normally I don't really, because I'm focused so much on the medicine, I don't really see this, but this is the King of Wands to me is you, Leo, and the Queen of Wands is Leo males, and the Queen of Wands is you, female Leo. So to me, I feel like there's some maybe Leo partnerships, okay, or Leo and like a Leo ascendant or moon partnership, or just someone who's in a relationship with a strong male who has could be another fire sign male who has a strong Leo in their chart, like a Leo Mars or Venus or something. But also I feel like you have, because when you get the King and the Queen, to me it's somebody who's in a marriage. This is a marriage. This is two people maybe who have been married for some time. So this is long-term partnerships. So some of you Leos are in long-term partnerships. Maybe it's marriage, maybe it's not. But to me, it feels like it's marriage. And so the King of Wands has issues with the blood sugar and the digestion. The Queen of Wands has issues with, female problems, PCOS, infertility, hormonal imbalances. This card is all about the red raspberry leaf. And I usually recommend the red raspberry leaf in combination with some other things. So I wrote, the red raspberry leaf is great for pelvic congestion. It's to be taken in combination with milk thistle, the DIM, D-I-M, and your diet must include broccoli and cauliflower, no cheese, bread, eggs, or carbs. Avoid chocolate and dairy in general, and no sugar, which is a very difficult diet to maintain. I feel like for some of you Leos, you're going, oh, Oh, I can't do this because Leos love food. They're the foodies, I feel. So, cheese, though. It's so funny I mentioned cheese in this video. I feel like some of you love cheese. And you've either got to severely cut back on the cheese or try to eliminate it from your diet altogether. Eggs as well. Some of you are like eggaholics. That's all you eat is eggs. I'm feeling like some of you have at least 2 to 3 eggs a day. And that's way too many eggs. And some of you have, more bread. You like, that's all you eat. You eat carbs. You love carbs. I'm just seeing like a lot of carbs, like bread and cereal and bagels and pancakes and waffles and French toast. And like, that's all you really eat. And like, you don't eat anything green. You don't have any vegetables. And so you're struggling. I feel like your body is struggling because your hormones are just you're estrogen dominant right now. I did write on here, natural doctors only. No MDs, birth control pills, or any other synthetic drugs. What else did I write? Oh, you need to take the red raspberry leaf in conjunction with partridge berry, yarrow, and Romania tinctures, which I usually post all together. All of those are very good for strengthening your uterus and reducing fibroids and reducing PCOS symptoms and basically making you female again. So all the drugs, all the antibiotics, all the birth control pills, all the chemicals, anything synthetic that you've been taking, I strongly recommend not to take that anymore because it's really messing with your hormones. And you need to see a naturopath. That would be my main suggestion for you. Go see a naturopath. If you have to fly to go see a naturopath, do it. Get on a plane and go. It'll be the best money you ever spent. I promise you. So emotionally, so female Leos, you're stuck inside a lot. You're working a lot, and you're stuck inside the office. You're spending way too much time on computers. It says this is the iris. Okay, so this is iris tincture. It says a young girl who is studious, inquisitive, and out to seek her fortune. It says she's striving for success. She loves flowers, being outside. And the caution is not to spend too much time on computers or inside an office. It says go outside. Life is not work. Okay, so emotionally, you may be feeling like you need to get out. You need to get out more. You need to go play. Leos need playtime. Leos need to go hit the town with their friends and just have some fun and be seen and be heard and be out there. It says the blue iris is good for skin issues, liver issues, regulating menstruation, acne, eczema, psoriasis, and treating an enlarged thyroid. So I feel like this is really important for you to take. Some of you females, especially young Leo females, the iris would be really good. Iris is such a beautiful flower. I love it so much. Okay, so this is one of my favorite cards, okay, because I really made it my own, okay? You guys are going to laugh. I don't know if any of you guys have gotten this card before, but this is what's coming in from the outside, and this is the devil. Okay, talk about temptation, okay? This is Pan, okay? And you can see it's like half man, half goat, right? You may be in a relationship with a Capricorn too, okay? Just so you know. There is this card, it says love, lust, and desire. It says, in this case, desire for sex is very strong. Also, bisexuality is noted here. So for some of you Leos, you may or may not be embracing your bisexuality or understanding more about what bisexuality is. But for some of you, you're bisexual, and you may be lesbian or gay and have gone to one or the other, but you may just be bisexual or bi-curious. Okay, this is what it's talking about. It says, and bisexuality, it says, embraces both sides of sex: the sensuality, playfulness, and the need for fun and play, to lighten up, to get wild in the bedroom. It says, buy some new lingerie and experiment. The herb in this card, the medicine in this card is talking about someone who has a cough, okay? And it says lobelia tincture is great to treat a cough or bronchitis. Lobelia, okay? However, the card mainly, in my mind, is about it says, word to the wise, do not engage in acts of adultery or anyone who is unavailable. Okay, so the message here is this player, I feel like that's in your life, has either another girlfriend, another wife, or boyfriend, or husband, and you don't know about it. And or maybe you do know about it. Do not engage them at all, okay? That's really the message of this card. It's not healthy for you, basically, to do that. But it's, again, a strong desire for that person. So it's going to be really difficult for you, Leo, to curb your urge to be with them, to have sex with them, to want to play with them, but you can't because they're unavailable. That's the thing. Okay, so then we have another conflict card, which is the Four of Swords. So you got the Six of Swords in the past, and in the future position, you've got this conflict card. It says the Four of Swords is the mullein. So Leo guys, okay, because this is speaking to Leo guys. It can be Leo girls. I feel like you guys, both Leos, male and female, have gone through some conflict, okay? It says needing to rest because of conflict in relationships or because of an illness, cold, or flu. The mullein tincture is a great expectorant, anti-inflammatory. It's good for all upper respiratory complaints. It's a painkiller. It relieves mucus congestion, sore throat. It's great antispasmodic, stomach cramps, UTI, asthma, earaches, and is a mild sedative. Okay, it says needing to get better sleep. It says to take a rest before more conflict. I think of this as the R and R card. You need, on the one hand, you need to go out and have fun. But you also need to get your rest. You need to have relaxation time. It's, going out and having fun to me is they go hand in hand, okay? It's part of the relaxation, to play, to have fun. Just don't play with the player and get into a relationship with them or have sex with them if they're unavailable. And the outcome goes back to the digestive issue. This is the Page of Swords, okay? And I see this as being this can be a male or female. I see them as being male or female. You can't really tell. They have long hair, so it could be female, but she's dressed in a really masculine way. So again, you may be lesbian, gay, or any of the variation on that as far as your gender or sexuality. But this is digestive issues. It says needing enzymes and dill. Dill is the herb here that's recommended, the dill. Okay. And it says dill is good for colic in small children. It says add more fiber into their diet with green vegetables, herbs, and fruits. Some of you Leos have children. This could be your daughter or son, okay, who may have some digestive problems. And I feel like they need to be on a gluten-free diet. That's my recommendation. That's what's coming strongly to me. I feel like they're allergic to wheat, and they're eating a lot of cookies and cake and pasta and mac and cheese, and it's just like, it's too much for their system, and they may be having digestive problems, really bad digestive problems. And you may not know that what this is what's causing it, but I feel like this is what's causing it. They need to, and I know it's really tough for little kids to want to eat vegetables, but I was watching some interesting videos, about children in Italy. They eat everything. They eat whatever is put on the table. So it's time to, I feel like culturally in like America, North America, we need to feed our children the kinds of foods that we eat. Organic fruits, vegetables, fresh fish, organic meat, gluten-free pasta, gluten-free bread, gluten-free cookies. There's a lot of things that you can make that are gluten-free that kids are still going to like, It's coming to me. There's a recipe for thumbprint cookies, which I really should post. I made them, and they're gluten-free. You can make them with spelt flour, or you can make them with you can make it with spelt flour, which doesn't have as much gluten as its wheat counterpart, or you can make it with almond flour, and as well as almond meal, and then they're sweet, and kids will like them. So I recommend that. You also need to think about kimchi. I don't know if you guys know what kimchi is, but kimchi is a Korean, it's fermented cabbage. It tastes like pickle, and they eat it in the Korean diet. They eat it really like a lot, like with dinner, like pretty much every day. Okay, they do kind of interesting things with it as far as soups too. But I make a kimchi dip. I mix it into Greek yogurt, and I feel like this child would really like that. There's a need to be a bit wild and free. Sometimes, you or them may be obstinate. Okay, this sounds like a Leo, because Leos can be fixed. It says moving quickly, and you're good at overcoming obstacles, but you need more structure is needed to handle mundane aspects of life. I wrote, get cleaning, get a housekeeper. You need sort of like the mundane aspects of life are just getting like forgotten about, and you need to have fun. You need to balance this mundane aspect of life by going out and having fun and shopping and going to music, concerts, and shows and things. So I feel like it's sort of just balancing your home, either home and work life, or just home and needing to get out, needing to have fun, needing to be yourself, needing to have time away from your kids, or time, just alone. So a lot of parents feel like they couldn't do that, but this is what I'm saying. This is what is showing up here. So I would recommend, this is what's needed for you, Leo, to feel good, to feel healthy. You need to have alone time. You need to have rest and relaxation time. You need to have, the house taken care of, the mundane aspects of life, the groceries, the cooking, the laundry, the dishes, all of that needs to be taken care of so that you can go out and play sometimes. Once a week, go out with a girlfriend, or boyfriend. That would be my suggestion. So cooking with more dill is good. Eating more kimchi is good. And that's the outcome. And for your kids, adding more fiber into their diet via green vegetables. And I am going to be doing a whole cooking series soon, so stay tuned for that. It's all the first things that I'm going to do is talk about how to cook vegetables, because everybody doesn't know. But Jamie Oliver has a really great food tube channel. They cook everything on there, so if you need inspiration, check it out. But that's all for right now. I send you big hugs, guys. Big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.